We always said that Barça is més que un club, it's more than a club.
This Barça team in the 90s and early 2000, it was the best in the world.
The money doesn't matter the place. When you are a kid and you have a dream, when you can fulfill this dream, it's amazing. There are nothing better than this.
Ball across to Dylan Nahi, double in flight. Oh, what a start!
Into the net.
She does it again.
Yes, and Magdeburg are the champions of Europe. To come up with something here. She has a game. Across the keeper. What a comeback!
Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time to talk handball again. We are back. The spin We Talk Handball is back out of an extended summer break. We took our sweet time to actually work over the podcast principle a little bit. We want to switch it up. We don't want to follow the current competition as closely as we did the last year. Of course, when there is big stuff happening, you will always get to hear that in this podcast, just like you are used to it. But we want to have a look at some more general topics. And the first topic is the greatest of them all, but of course, that part of the hosting squad is still the greatest of them all as well. Martin Vilstrup, how's it going?
I'm good, Bengt. Good to be back, as you say. You probably wouldn't believe it, but it's 1st of October and the sun is shining in Denmark. That means that something good's gonna happen, you know?
Or something extremely bad because you're using up all the bad luck.
Yeah, that might also be, but no, it's good to be back. I'm not going to say that I missed you guys, but I missed, doing this and the podcast in general.
Yeah, fair enough. And to miss us, that means there is one more to be introduced. It still feels like a great honor to have him in the rows of this podcast. He is part of the legacy of the team that we are going to talk today. His jersey number is retired, and he will be a crucial part of today's podcast and this season's podcast. Víctor, Tomàs, how's it going?
Hello everyone. All good. Actually, holidays felt really good to don't see you guys for a long time.
That's why they felt good.
Now we are back. The season is already on. Already exciting things has happened. But as you said, I think we are gonna go through a little bit the history of handball, and I'm really excited for today's topic.
But I mean, you said vacation was good and summer break was good, but you're in Spain. I mean, isn't Spain still on summer break? They have summer break forever.
Well, yeah, I'm sure that you can believe it, that the sun is still shining here, not like in Denmark, But we have our cold days when it's 12, 13 degrees. That's really cold here. So it's a little bit feeling like summer, but for our Spanish skin, it can be a little bit cold already.
Yeah, fair enough. But we did everything to keep the warmth in this podcast because we have some new transfer to actually announce for this year's podcast. She is one of the greatest to ever touch the ball, and she is finally part of the podcast squad. Martin, you can have some warm words on our new co-host that won't be part of this episode, but in future you will hear her. Some words on Andrea Lekic, the Serbian mafia that will join us in the podcasting squad.
Yeah, I was just about to say we often refer to her as the Serbian mafia from Ferencvaros, and I'm happy to have Lekic joining us. An expert that can spread some knowledge in terms of the not only handball in general, but especially also on the women's side. And I'm not much to admit it, but I can say it when she is not, live here listening to us. But I like Andrea a lot. She's a funny, outgoing person, and I'm looking forward to work with her. We already did it at a couple of events, but Lekic is one of a kind, and for sure she knows what she speaks about. Earlier nominated the best player in the world. Then it's quite an asset to bring into the team.
Absolutely. We are happy that she will join us for some of the upcoming episodes and for the entire season, for everything that we have planned. And of course, we will be covering the big events. There will be a Euro this winter that is being played in Scandinavia. But those are some topics for the future. I want to start today's podcast topic with a little bit of history lesson. So we will look back on when Barcelona actually was first founded. Víctor, you as a Barça legend, you probably do know exactly when they started, right? The handball department?
Actually, I think it was around 70s. I think 74, but I'm not exactly sure. I should be ashamed of that.
You might be switching it up with a Palau Blaugrana here, because the Barça handball department was already founded in 1942. Back then, when handball was still being played on the outside, so when it was an 11v11 on a football pitch, and Barça already played handball back in the days. They had their first regional and national successes there too, but then of course switched over into the indoor session as well in the 50s, in the late 50s. But then in the 70s, the Palau Blaugrana opened, and the big successes of Barça started coming in, especially with one person who switched up the club a little bit. His name was Valero Rivera, and he built the base for Barca's modern successes. And that is where we want to introduce today's guest. He came in 1988 to Barcelona and actually never left throughout his entire playing career. I'm not talking about Víctor Tomàs. He's old, but he's not there yet. He will get there eventually. We want to introduce David Barrufet, a true legend of the game. How's it going? How are you?
Fine, thank you very much. I'm here. Only one thing, I became in Barcelona in 1845.
In 1845?
Yes, 4 years before, because I began from the young teams, and after that I came to the first team. It's true in 1880.
Sorry. Yeah, that's what I was talking about for sure. But yeah, you are a true legend of Barcelona. But just as a quick lookout into the future, into your presence, how's life like right now for you? So you are working in Bucharest.
Yes, I'm working in Bucharest like a manager there. It's a challenge for me after to go out of Barça. It's a good project. It's a team who wants to grow, who wants to be one of the best in Europe. We need time. We must go step by step. But I think we are building a good team, a good project, not only for the first teams, all for the young teams too. But now it's very difficult to get success because there are amazing teams in Europe. But we are trying to build something for the future and for the present. No, if I don't know how many times I will be there, but the idea is that Dynamo will building a team for being the future, like more or less like Kielce or something like that. It will be great.
How can you bring in your experience that you had through your entire playing career and managing career at Barca as well?
It's different. When you was in Barca, it's very easy to sign all the players that you want. In Dynamo, we must go to another target of players. Players who wants to believe in the project, players who wants to grow with us. And I think for now we are doing a good job. This year, unfortunately, we have in the Group A of the Champions League. It's a very difficult group, amazing group. I would prefer to be in the Group B, but okay, that doesn't matter. We will try to do our best, and this is an experience for the future.
Yeah, fair enough, guys. I allow you, Martin and Víctor, I allow you one question about present topics for Bucharest.
You can start, Martin, if you want.
Present.
If not, it's totally fine, because that's not what the topic is supposed to be today.
You just got us really cold on that because we just prepped for the main topic, That's why Barrufet is here.
No, I would like to ask maybe, David, in terms of the group, since it's so strong and it's hard to predict, And what are the goals for Dynamo this season, having in mind that you're up against Veszprém, Aalborg, Berlin, Sporting, Nantes, and Kielce, and even
Well,
Kronstadt also? So, what are the dreams and hopes? Are you chasing the hope of advancing, or just doing a great performance in order for yourself to keep developing for the upcoming seasons?
everybody who knows me, we will try to win everyone. We will try to win everyone. At the end of the season, we will see where we are. Already, we played 3 games. I think against Sporting and Veszprém, we did a very good games. We lost by 3 goals both. In Kronstadt, the first half we played very bad, but against Sporting and Veszprém, we was close to win them. Well, we will try. Our idea is to try to win every game. And no, everybody knows it's very difficult. But okay, we are here to win Champions League. It's impossible, I know, but okay. If you don't have a big goal, you don't ever arrive up. So our goal is win every team who comes at Bucharest. Try to win outside and improve the team. Okay, it's a new team with a new coach, and if a minute that we play good is better for all of us, and this is our goal.
Yeah, and I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, just you have been already for 3 years, I think, in Romania, if I'm not wrong, or 2.5. I'm not sure. But how do you see the Romanian competition in the men's side? Because it's known that in the women's side, the league is very strong. It's one of the strongest league in the world. How do you see the development of the Romanian league? It's quite a strong league as well.
Each year is better and better. I think Romanian, as you say, women leagues is amazing. It's one of the strongest leagues in the world. Not the men, for until now. The men it's a good league, but not so strong. But each year is stronger. I think there are a rule who has to play 7 Romanian players in the squad each game. And this is you must do a squad with 7, 8, 9 Romanian in the squad, so you cannot have a lot of foreign players. And in this way, the Romanian men this season will be amazing, very very good. We have 2 teams less than the last season, but it's very very strong. Not Germany team, not like a French team, but more or less it's like a Spanish team, Spanish league. More or less is the same kind of league.
Yeah, and I mean, it's all a part of the process. It's all part of the development that at some point it might not be impossible for you to dream of a Champions League title with Bucharest anymore. But we'll see what the future holds in for you guys there.
It was a joke to win Champions League. It was a joke. For now, it was a joke.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But I mean, you just talked about it being an almost impossible dream. But I know someone who had an impossible dream as an 8-year-old kid. And that was to actually wear the Barça jersey once in his life. That's where you personally started your handball career. That's where you started playing handball with just 8 years of age. Back in the days, why did you decide for handball? Why did you feel like that was your destiny?
I began to play handball because my brother played handball at the school. For me, was as when you was at home and you were little, you saw that your brother play handball, you do the same. And well, it's only one for spend the time more than study, no? But the time goes, and suddenly you was in the first team with the best players in the world, and okay, why not? We will try. One thing I have clear is that always when I was training, I give my 100%. All the things I do in my life is give my 100%. If I arrive here, it's my top. If I can arrive here and not do it, it's a mistake. So I always try to do my best, and this is a thing that I always speak with my son, with all the people that I spoke with Víctor. When Víctor comes in the first team, give your 100%, and you can do it. There are no limits. Your limits is in your mind, and this is the way to be success.
Was that the first conversation between the two of you?
Sorry?
Uh, no, it was not the first conversation, but this was a message that Barru was giving to all of us, especially the youngsters, when we arrived, not talking. He was giving this message by the way he was training and the way he was demanding to us. As we all know, this Barca team in the 90s and early 2000, it was the best in the world. It's the team that I grew watching at, and I became a fan of handball because of them. And when I arrived to this locker room and I saw Barrufet and some of the guys like Andrei Chepkin, Rafa Guijosa, O'Callaghan, Masip, and some of the guys, for me was just amazing. And the way they were demanding to me, it showed me that this was really serious, you know. And these guys, all of them, they had a very competitive character, and they really, really wanted to win. And I think that give the best. It was not that Barru was sitting with me and giving me a conversation. I was just looking at him doing it every day in every training.
No. I just wanted to say the quick comment when he said that I thought about playing handball, and in the end, the outcome was pretty good. Also, it was a good decision. I just wanted to say that for David, that in the end, it showed that it was a pretty good decision, and something you had very good talent for. Not only talent, but also hard work. I can hear. So a lot of respect for that, but also just funny how sometimes what reasons you decide to play a sport, because many people also play football or handball and they try different stuff, and then in the end some succeed and some less succeed, and yeah, in the end it ended pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, one could summarize it like that, because you didn't just stick to handball your entire life, but to Barca as well. So you didn't ever leave up until your after career. Now that you're a sports director, but let's open up the Barca talk here a little bit, because Martin, I wanted to ask you, if you think about your early handball days, what's the first thing that comes to your mind thinking about Barca?
One thing that comes to my mind in terms of when I'm thinking about Barca, and from when I grew up, and also because coming from Denmark, we also had some great players from Denmark representing Barcelona. So for me, whenever you think about Barcelona, is not only in terms of handball, but also, can I say in some way, an institution, is that if you want to be with the best or play with the best, then you got to go to Barcelona. And if you look at the players who represented Barcelona throughout the history, not only in terms of Spanish players, but very different nationalities, many of them, if they didn't, had it as a goal to play for Barcelona, it was, maybe for some other reasons. But I always thought about Barcelona being one of the biggest clubs, if not the biggest club in the world. I would say when I was younger, there was also a team called THW Kiel. That was also a big team back then. But for me, Barcelona was
Calm down,
the biggest
cowboy.
destination.
They still are.
Well, for me at the moment, Barcelona is bigger. And if you look at terms of titles and European titles, there's not that many other teams that can compare with Barcelona. Do they have 12 Champions League titles or something like that? And the next one coming up is Kiel with 4. That in some way put it into perspective. So for me, the biggest destination in terms of institution and handball especially, that was Barcelona. And it doesn't mean a bad thing that it's probably also a pretty nice place to live if you like sun.
Yeah, that is for sure. So, so much about the radiance and the glamour of Barca from the outside. But David, how is it playing there? How is it from the inside? How would you describe the magic of Barca being a player playing for them?
You must think that I am a kid who born in Barcelona, who grew in Barcelona, watching the best players in Barcelona. For me, was a dream. Was a dream to play there. Was a dream that right now I don't believe that I play a lot of years there. No, I begin only for play, for join, for do something more than the school. and at the end I played until 40 years old, and I was captain. I won 7 Champions League. I won a lot of titles. I have the lucky to play with the best players. One of them, Víctor, Tomàs, and for me was amazing. I I always said I have lucky to play in Barcelona. All my life, I am one man club, because doesn't matter the money, doesn't matter the place. When you are a kid and you have a dream, when you can fulfill this dream, it's amazing. It's amazing. There are nothing better than this.
And I feel like if we asked Victor that question, it probably would have been the exact same answer, right?
Yes, I couldn't describe it better. We are Barca fans, and we grew up watching Barca, and for us to be able to defend these colors and also to wear the captain armband, it's just a privilege, and it's a great responsibility as well. I learned from Barrufet how to do it, both inside and outside the playing court. He was an example for that, and for me, as Barru said, to fulfill this dream, to be able to defend FC Barcelona colors, it's just a dream come true.
No, I just wanted to say, Barufet said it as well, and Victor is also one of them. Those kind of one-man club that you only represented one club throughout your career. It's becoming more and more rare and extraordinary. So for that, I have huge respect, because people are probably changing clubs more now than they used to back in the days. But being able to represent what's your dream as a boy, and then have such success as they had is also a part of it. And then representing also the national team and captain. I respect for the one who's representing, the clubs where they're coming from and staying there through bad and good times.
And I mean, dreaming about playing for Barca, especially as a kid, David, you were on the edge, or not on the edge, but you did think about, shall I become a football player or a handball player? Did the handball department of Barca have the same standing back in the days when you first thought about what do I want to spend the rest of my life with, as the football department?
I don't know. I can explain what handball is. When I came to in the young age, for me, they more or less the idea of Barca is all the club the same. Okay, the value of that we want to teach to the players, we want to the players show is the same. No, we always said that Barca is més que un club, it's more than a club. And this is because it's not only a sport, no? It's a teach of life. We This is a thing that when I finish my career, I begin to work with like a manager in Barca. Try to teach the kids that when you are wearing a shirt like with Barca, you must show respect for everybody, because everybody respect to you. No, not only if who doesn't respect to you, doesn't matter. You must respect to them, because this is more than a team. This is a image of a lot of fans who believe that Barca is the best thing of the world. When Barca lose, there are people who go to sleep without dinner, who goes to sleep angry, and this is a thing that. You must do your best always, because you must show respect for all of them. No, this is the most important thing that we must teach it, and this is really this is a thing that in Bucharest they're trying to do. In Bucharest with the fans, Dinamo is more than a religion, so it's the same thing that we are trying to put in the players that. We can lose, we can win, but our efforts must be always the best that we can. No? And this is a thing that in Barca we have always clear.
Yeah, and I mean, lucky enough that doesn't happen too often that Barca doesn't win their game, so no one has to starve for Barca. That's a good thing there. But especially that Mesquion Club that you just talked about, Victor. How can you experience that in day-to-day life at Barca?
You just feel it when you go out to the streets. Of course, we are humble players and we are not as recognized as football. But a lot of people, you can feel they are looking at you, but they don't want to bother you and they don't say anything to you, but they just recognize you because you are a Barcelona player, you know? And you can feel that when people is approaching with respect and talking to you about the games or about the competitions, about how you see the next season, and yeah, you can just feel it on the streets of the city.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I just wanted to say, Victor said it also a couple of times. It's a heavy jersey to wear, Barcelona, not only in terms of whenever you're gonna play with it, but in many, if not all, the aspects. They're gonna be somebody that's gonna have an opinion on you on whatever and how you played or how you reacted. So I can only imagine, but we can put it into comparison with any other clubs in any other sports that they're wearing the toughest one or the heaviest one. I would probably say that the pressure will always be there and the expectation will always be that Barcelona needs to win the titles. If not, then somebody will speak about it and say about it, and it's heavy to wear.
Yeah, and I mean that is the truth for a lot of sports. But yeah, let's stick here with handball for now because let's talk a little bit about the personalities that build up that club. Maybe we'll start there with Valero Rivera. He was your first coach in the senior team, David. What structures did he establish that are still relevant to this day? So, yeah, how did he work and how did he form today's Barca?
Well, Valero is an amazing trainer. He's an amazing coach. He built an amazing team with one of the best players in the moment. He was clear all that he wants. He was very strict, very strict, very. In this moment, when you was a player, was sometimes very hard to be with him. But after that, you know that it was the way to win, no? And at the end, he get the lucky or the work to build a team who wants to win. All the team playing together for winning, and 100% sure the biggest part of success is Valero Rivera. This is the biggest part of the success because when he was player, he finished his career early. He was the coach, and since he was the coach, he built amazing team who arrived to dream team who won 5 Champions League in a row. No, that is his success.
And I mean, how much of today's success still belongs to Valero Rivera, Victor? Maybe.
Knowing him as a coach, and I think that when I started to play with Valero, he was already a little bit softer than what Barrufet is explaining us. I know he was a very tough coach, and this was useful at this moment because when big stars from other countries came to Barcelona and didn't have this emotion for Barcelona like Barru and me have, he was showing them this toughness and be very strict to defend these colors in a hard way. And he was not afraid to do it. He didn't care what's your name, what's your status in the team. He was the boss. And I think that this respect players to coach, it's still something that you can feel in Barcelona, and I think this is something all the players who have been with Valero, we have learned that in a soft way or in a hard way, but we all have learned that from him. He has this aura that when he is in the room, you can feel him, and I think that this is something that it's still alive in Barcelona.
So you reckon that David was more like the big brother who had to go through that strict parenting for the younger brother to actually be able to live is a more soft parent?
Probably yes. He knows better than me what he has experienced with Valero, but probably yes.
So when thinking about Valero, David, do you have more positive memories than bad ones with him being so strict?
Yeah, for sure. When you are older and older, you know that the things that sometimes when you are playing didn't understand, now you understand. As Victor said, he began very tough, but when during the time he changed, and now when Victor arrived, he was very soft. So he changed a lot, but I'm sure that in this time we need this kind of authority. If not, we will not. We will never win anything. So for me, all the thinkings of Valero like a coach, are positive, 100%.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, just you talking about Victor coming into the team, Victor, from your perspective, how was it joining that team? Because it wasn't too long ago that there were those immaculate 5 Champions League titles in a row. And then you came into a team packed with superstars. How difficult was it for you to find your spot in that team?
It was tough, as Barru said. Barru, he knows he pushed me when I was young, because I think he saw something in me, and for me, sometimes I couldn't understand the way he was pushing me, but now, after years, I understand, and I appreciate what he did. So as I said, it was for me at the beginning a big dream, but then I went through playing with my friends in the young teams to a super competitive professional environment. And it was tough. And I remember one time we were traveling sometimes in a 2-floor bus. And after some games, I was not playing at all. I was feeling bad. And I was traveling in the down floor, and at this moment I was alone. And I remember a lot. I don't think you will remember, Barru. You came down to me to ask how I was feeling, even though at this time you were pushing me to be a better player. And then I opened up to you, and you just calmed me down. You told me that this was a professional environment. It was very competitive place, that I had to have calm to develop better. But for me, going into that locker room was very tough, because even though I was playing with my idols from the childhood, they were demanding a lot to me because they wanted to win, and they needed me to win, as well, as a part of the team. So it was beautiful in one side, but it was really tough in the other one.
When did that start to get easier?
Somehow you have to earn the respect of the players that are already playing in the team, and that already have a lot of titles in the CV, and once you earn that respect, once you show them you really work your ass off, it's when it's starting to be a little better.
Mm-hmm. And what role did Valero Rivera play back in the days as well to establish a team chemistry? And I mean, the upcoming coaches as well, like Xavi Pascual, David.
I think that Valero built an amazing team. After the Valero came Chesco and Manolo. This was years that Barça didn't improve what we deserve or what the Barça deserve. And after that, when Xavi Pascual comes, he do amazing step in front for development, not only Barça, I think on handball too. I think that Valero and Pasqui are both of them amazing coaches, amazing trainers, and I think that Pasqui learned a lot about Valero, but at the end, the age was different. No, the way to play when Valero plays was different when Pasqui is training. And it's true that Pasqui was with Valero when he was a player, and he learned a lot. Pasqui did, for me now, Pasqui is one of the best coaches right now. He's doing an amazing job in investment. He will win Champions League sure in or this season or next season, because he for the player, he always prepared all in the game. All he's playing to the players, what he will do, the other player. So it's easy to play with him. And during the game, he's like he's playing a chess game. He's knowing to change the pieces fast than no one can thinking. And I think at the end, this is one thing that Pasqui learned for Valero too, because Valero preparing the games was amazing, but during the game is amazing too. It's he both of them think faster than the other coach. He can the skill to see what's happening in the next play, no? And he can change one player for another player. And you ask, why do you change me, or why do you change thing? Because I don't know why. I don't know. He have a will, but they know what's happened in the future.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, Martin, you have been watching handball ever since you were walking, basically. And I want to know from you, which phase of Barcelona impressed you the most? So was it under Valero Rivera, where they actually won those 5 Champions League titles in a row? Xavi Pascual, and I mean, looking at the Xavi Pascual era, looking at the players that played there with Masip, Kshepkin, Barrufet, and Tomàs, later the Karabatic era, or is it even the modern days with Emil Nielsen, Dikamem, and whoever? So from your perspective, when did Barca impress you the most?
Luckily, in this comparison, I'm only from 1989, so I'm not that old, to be fair, with all the respect. So it's also a matter of when do you grew up and what do you remember. But even when we speak about it, also written it down, you know that when you win 5 consecutive Champions League titles, obviously there's something to it. And I remember some of the names back then, and also I remember Xavi Pascual as well, and probably it's more clear in my mind than for somebody else. And maybe back in the later days, it's more clear for somebody else to have Valero Rivera. But I also remember Carlos Ortega, and I, of course, also because he was in Denmark for a short period of time. But it's probably Xavi Pascual for me, because I grew up with an era of players like, for me, it's Karabatic. That was the biggest of them all. But when I think about coaches and Barcelona, for me, it's also a matter of, one way is the way that you coach, and there's different coaching styles, but you also have to have in mind that you're coaching the biggest players in the world. So how do you deal with that? Because the players will also have ideas. So either you let them come out, or in some way you also manage to control, I would not say egos, but personalities, different personalities, because they are the biggest players. So obviously there's going to be a lot of opinions about it. And that's can also be a task when you're dealing with the biggest clubs in the world. But for me, with all respect, how can I say something against somebody that won 5 consecutive Champions League titles and then say, for me, it's not the biggest era? It's because I grew up at a time where I watched more Xavi Pascual's team than Valero Rivera, probably. And when I was very young, my memory was not that good. It's also getting worse and worse by time. But the best part I remember was that part of Barcelona. And that's said with all the respect.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Just go ahead, because I just wanted to change the topic a little bit.
Yeah, it's fair. I wanted to pass the question on that Martin actually dropped in his sentence. How did the coaches handle the egos? How did the coaches handle the multiple very talented players, David?
Wow, this is a good question because sometimes someone asks me if why I'm not coaches, no? Why I'm not coach? Because I will not know to manage these egos. Because in a locker room there are a lot of egos. The coach who manage better the egos in the locker room is Xavi Pascual. Everyone is happy. Everyone is happy, and always speaking with the players with a good dialogue. For me, he is the best in this way, and it was one of the key of his success.
I I have to say, Baru, I disagree. You didn't know how to manage these egos because you have been a captain in a very, let's say, spicy locker room, and I think you know how to handle the egos. But I agree with you; it's very difficult as a coach. But you, as a captain, you have been in this role a little bit as well.
Yes, but I think it's different to be captain to be coach because captain I am with you or with the players, not 24 hours, but you know when you are in the locker room, mother the coach, mother this is true.
Yes.
This is true. And
Thank you for the
I will speak.
beeping work that I have to do here.
Sorry. No. It's with a good
Yeah.
word. No, that. But this is clear. Sometimes you disagree, you agree with the coach, but when you are inside of one community like the community of the players, it's easy to manage because we are in the same side. No, when you are coach,
Yeah.
it's different because it's different. Like a captain for me was not a problem. At the beginning, I was a tough captain too. But I always want the best for my players. If the example is Víctor, no? If in my team I have a player who every train he gives his 100%. It's a dream. It's a dream to play with this kind of players. He can mistake. He can do the things bad because we are human. Some day we are perfect. The next day we have some problem at home or we don't wake up good. But when you see that a player do a mistake and he's angry with himself, he's suffering like a captain, it's a pleasure because you say this player will arrive on the top. Sure, 100%. And you need to help with him. At contrary, when you see a player that he have better skills than another one, and sorry, he touched his balls, wow, against him, it's clear. Because if he is not available for the team, out. Who must came another player with less skills, but with more desire to be in the top. This is clear.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree 100%. I agree 100%. And this is what I said that I felt when I went into this very professional and competitive locker room. But I just wanted to take the words of Baru between. He said the handball that they practice with Valero and the handball that the Barça team practiced with Pasqui was really different. If we look at the big games that this Barça from 90s until early 2000s played, the first final against Proleter, the games were like 20-17, 23-21. The score was very low, and then handball has evolved to a much faster handball. What do you think it was the key of success of this team of Valero in this moment to become 5-time Champions League winner title? Do you think did you change handball a little bit?
I think so. We changed a little bit. In this age, we had the best four engines player in the world, with a good team, good players who came from the young teams, and was very obedient guys who, with I don't know, Bujovic, Porner, Kalina said to us, "You have to do this." We never asked why. We did it. We did it. Nowadays, not all the young players, but nowadays you ask two young players, do this. Why? Why not?
Yeah.
Do it. Do it. This
Because I say so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it's true that we changed a little bit the handball in this way, because now when I watch some old game that you told, the Proletar Barça, seems another sport. It seems that is slow with a slow come, no? And now handball is fast and fast, and for my lucky, I was goalkeeper because I never be strong, but no, not strong and not fast. I was in this way. I was smart and we put in the goal. But nowadays, all the guys are amazing athletes. All the facilities that we have today, we haven't in 80s. This is all changed very, very fast. Sometimes there are people who ask me who will win, no? The team who won 5 Champions League or the team now with Karabatis. It's impossible to know, because this is another sport. This is another kind of sport. We play not hurry. We will play now. Wow! You watch the games; it's unbelievable. Fast. I prefer this kind of sport, but in the other age was impossible. No? We have not the knowledge of physical preparation. We don't have all the things that we have now. But okay, I think that from arrive where is handball now, Dream Team was a very important part of handball sport.
I just started thinking about what else had changed, and I was thinking about what can you say as a teammate to your players yourself. Sometimes those beep beep needs to come in there in terms of what a coach may say, that he's maybe just shouting at you, but the words that he's saying is more polite than what you're probably saying to a guy who's now 3 times in defense, haven't done his job, and then you're trying. It's the way you want to approach him or say to him. And then it also just came to my mind that maybe the younger generation back in the days worked a little bit harder. And if they didn't do or apply what the older ones said, then there was a way of saying it to them. Then, it's a bad example because I didn't make it that big. But when we played and I trained with the team called Aarhus Handball in the Danish league, and I complained about something, then I got hit harder the next time. And then I started, it's not fair. Then they hit me harder next time again. It's just, they didn't say anything. They just hit harder. And then you learn it the way about that. So what can I do next time? Keep crying and they will hit me, or I shut up and work. It's the matter of mentality and how the generations probably grew up, and a matter of culture also. And I think it's a different one in Barcelona in terms of that's written in there. It's expected. And as Víctor said, there are some leaders and big players that automatically have an aura and just shows us they don't need to speak words. It's just there.
Yeah, talking about the new generations, now I remember perfectly the day I think I have earned the respect of Barru, because as a young player, in the trainings and also in the trips, I had some things that I had to do. It was my duty, when a player was falling down on the floor, I was running to wipe the floor with a towel or something, the mop, and to dry the floor. And then in the trips, I was carrying the balls, or also after the games, the laundry, the bags with the laundry, because the young players had to do it. And I remember perfectly, after, I think it was 2.5 to 3 years after carrying the laundry every trip, somebody else, I don't remember who was it, but somebody else came as a new player in the team. And I remember perfectly, Barru told me, this is not your duty anymore. Oh, and that was a happy day, That was a really happy day. And that day I felt, now I'm a part of this team,
Now I never got to do my laundry again. Amazing. Yeah, fair enough. That's great. But I mean, talking about all those new players, the younger generation, let's still compare a little bit because nowadays Barça is still at the complete top. Their Cologne run is unmatched. So it has been 7 times in a row now, 13 out of 16 times in total. Victor, is Barça currently close to the dominance that they had in the late 90s? Or did the rest of Europe just become too good to ever establish something like that again?
I think with all due respect to the team right now, or the team that I was a part of, no, I don't think so. There is also a big difference, and probably Barru will agree that at this time, I think there is many more teams that are capable to be champions of the Champions League. And I think that at this moment, if we talk about 8-9 teams that can be champions, it can perfectly happen. But no, I don't think the team now or the teams that I have played are even close to the dominance they did, because at this moment I remember historical comebacks in Palau Blaugrana against Celje, Pivovarna, Laško at this moment, Besprem or Kiel, that it was a comebacks that the atmosphere in Palau was just crazy, and the dominance they showed, I think it was unmatched in a club handball. Maybe if we talk about national team, we could speak about Sweden, we could speak about France, but in clubs handball, it was unmatched, and I think it will be ever unmatched.
David, you agree?
100%. Now there are 8-9 teams who can win Champions League, who can win, and this is good for our sport. This is the best thing what's happened in our sport, that there are a lot of teams that who can win Final Four in this case. And another thing, when I was playing, Final Four doesn't exist, and now for our sport, have Final Four is the best thing that we can have, because it's a weekend with a big success for handball. No? The behavior of the fans, of the 4 teams of the fans, Lanxess Arena full always, and this is amazing. I think that I think
easy to say from a Barca perspective.
No. We arrive a lot of years, but we not always win, no. But I know that we have the best sport in the world, the best.
Yeah, fair enough. And I mean, that is a very positive news, a very positive statement. But I want to talk a little bit about the dark side, the downside of Barca as well, because of course you always talk about the sporty success, but especially in the recent years, if we look out of the bubble of the best sport in the world, well, the financial issues of Barcelona, of Barca, of the FC Barcelona, they are quite obvious. So the football department, they always have problems with registering their players, and it does get difficult at times. And I mean, David, you do have your degree in sports law. How much does the financial situation of the club touch the handball department too?
Really, this is a question for Víctor, who lives in Barcelona. I am living in Bucharest, and the news never arrived. This is a question for Víctor. Víctor, the floor is yours.
Of course, I think Baru knows better how the management works because he was working there as a manager for some years.
Baru,
But
the
I
fun
think
is yours.
no, I'm just gonna jump into the pool, even though if it's not water. But of course, the financial problems are public, and the club is not hiding about them. I think that the budget of the handball handball section is going down and down every year, but still the management, they are managing to make the best possible team. And I think that the team that they have this season, it's a very competitive team. They need some time to put all the pieces together. The young players with the Chicusa brothers, Dani Fernandez, Ian Barrufet, and all the young players, but also, to take all the juice out of the players that they already have, and they know that they are going to be leaving at the end of the season. But I think that, of course, financial problems are hitting hard, but still Barça is Barça, and Barça will always be there, will always be competitive, and maybe new times will arrive, and better times will arrive financially speaking, but sports side, Barça will always be competitive.
For my side, doesn't matter. I agree with Victor. Doesn't matter that the financial problems, the salt of Barça, the salt of the players of Barça, they always will be there. Always. We can win or we can lose, but always win the fight. When you begin one season, you must take care about Barça because we will always in there. They will arrive in Champions League. In Champions League we can win or not, but doesn't matter the problems, the financial problems. That one thing that we built during a lot of years is that the soul that wants to play for Barça is different. And as Victor said, the young talents joining the people, the players who have a lot of experience with this mix, Barça always will be there.
Fair enough. Then let's end it here on a positive note. Each and everyone can think about it in one sentence. Why is Barça the biggest handball club in the world? I think it's the easiest for you, David.
Because Víctor Tomàs played there.
Víctor Tomàs.
Easy.
Víctor Tomàs, why is Barça the biggest handball club in the world?
Because David Barrufet is the biggest captain we ever had.
Okay, Martin.
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, yes. Because Barça is this is true, because Víctor Tomàs played there, but Barça is a feeling. It's more than a feeling.
Barça is more than a feeling. Victor?
Because playing for Barça is just another thing. It's not only about sports. It's about feelings. And because of that, the CV of Barça, it's just showing that at this moment, it's the biggest club in the world.
Martin?
Wow. I think it's hard to put into one sentence and the word. I had a lot of other great arguments that I wanted to come out with before it ended here, but the question was why Barcelona is the biggest club in the world.
Yeah.
Because they have won the most titles in Champions League, in Liga Sobal, in Copa del Rey, in Super Globe, in all the titles, and they will do for the years to come. They defeated Fritz, or what you would call it, competitors as Portland, San Antonio, Ciudad Real, Atletico Madrid, Ademar León, Granollers, and the next one who will come up and try to put them off the throne, they will also have a tough time because Barcelona is Barcelona and they will always be a very competitive and successful club.
All right. Then you got it here all summarized up. Thank you. Thanks a lot for your time, David. It was a pleasure having you here.
Yeah,
it's my pleasure to be with you. Thank you very much.
And with that being said, yeah.
No, I just wanted to know because you said that some mad people go into goal, and there are obviously some situations in handball that are, very frustrating also as a goalkeeper. But how is it to be a goalkeeper when your wingers are very bad in defense? And I'm not thinking about any specific
No.
persons here.
To be goalkeeper is the best thing of the world because you are playing in a collective sport, but in individual size, no? Because
That's true.
at the end you must study with if defense is not with you. It's frustrating, no? But when you save one ball, it's amazing. I think it's the only sport that you are deciding that the ball pushing every time. This is for this reason sometimes said that the goalkeepers are crazy, but it's not true. We are the smartest ones.
You are a very good person, David, because now I wanted the chance to roast Víctor a little bit here, but you are too good of a friend of Víctor, I assume.
You cannot be such a bad person, Martin,
Oh, sorry. No, thank you for joining, David. It was a pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, David, for joining in such a short notice. It was a pleasure to have you here with us.
Thank you very much. I follow you always. It's a pleasure to be with you here. Thank you very much.
Oh, Captain, my Captain. What a warm closing round here. And with that being said, I would say thanks, everybody, for tuning in. This was the kickoff of our new season. Let's look a little bit behind the scenes, talk with the legends about the handball heritage. And with that being said, tune in the next time when it's time to talk handball again, everybody.
Ball across to Dylan Nahi. Double in flight. Oh, what a start.
Ooh, into the net.
She does it again. Yes.
Van Bengt. Oh, the champion.